Every girl you will rock with me. Give me by my side, you will stuck with me. not a feeling time in your mama's side. Never was that the way I'm it's got you in my life, you know. She not a lot for me. So I do the simple thing for her. Cause she give me one, everything she do give me one, you know. Just a job for that. What the hell? Okay, man. Yes, good morning, my people. How are you today? Rero Lifestyle Wednesday. And of course, yesterday to Aguze Kanta. I'm going to be sharing the story. And of all days, I think I've done inspections, and majority and so many times people come with people. Some people come with people they call mechanics. So far, I have seen one person that came with a mechanic that actually knew what he was talking about or knew what he was doing. Most people that come with mechanics, but ukanganze siri mechanic. Nehenga manye bikwata ku modoka okusinga mechanic gwe balese okusupervisinga athabya akebera. You'll be surprised. But yesterday, the gentleman that bought that lorry came with his driver, and his driver was very, very knowledgeable. He was very knowledgeable. He made our work quite pleasant. We moved a lot, by the way. We moved a lot because Twagens Okumadia, the process of trying to pay for we did not pay for the lorry. The gentleman did not have a national ID, so he could not get money. But Twagens Okumadia zango bude garao. So we moved quite a lot. I may have to put one here. Samsung and here got a big color. So anyway, but yesterday it was nice. I think the person that came with the mechanic that knew what he was doing was the you remember the UBC we bought? That one. That's another person that came with the mechanic that knew what he was doing. But anyway, today is Lifestyle Wednesday, and guys, I wanted us to talk about something that is very serious. All of you guys that went to school, primary, secondary, you have all experienced, you have all seen guys that you have gone to school with. Nga abana balwadde, they have various illnesses like asthma, like sinuses, sickle cells. Yeah, you have all seen those things. And some of the things, like for example, the biggest thing that we can talk about, one that is really preventable or avoidable, is sickle cells. And we went to school with a lot of kids that had so we have gone to school with people that had sickle cells, and for some time before you get to learn, you don't actually know that it's avoidable, but it is avoidable. Good morning, Muyombia, Mark Zaz, David Klaje, VIP, Ronald Muchwa, Keith, Louis, Viola Namiro, Baluku Norbat, Steven Talon, George Senkubuge, Nakate Christine, Chris Fitness Duburwa, Farmers Fowls, Antonio Presidential. What is the presidential? What is the day? On what traffic? On what traffic? I have a pitch. I can't know what traffic. In the Kotulabe, you taxi or me. I have a pitch. I have single traffic. I sing out what traffic. See what traffic you are border. I have a day. So anyway, guys, Antonio Liratuzazeko presidential Oriotia wawonye waboye Nelson, Julius Sengoba Basic Chris, abade babuza President Antonio asazeko na kolwalero. Guys, we are talking about tests that we should take before committing to someone, or before we decide to actually have children with people. Yeah. What we be what day bimunga twali batusobola okubya avoidinga This building looks really nice, yeah? Really nice. I love the color combination. Okay, I think zenjagala nnyo nyumba za box. But I love how it was done, yeah? Their windows, tezina burglar proof. I think because ezo zizawo. But so now, even the ones at the low. Abantu for the love of kazi mwenamba tera mwesala. Buli omwazimbe yakazimbe bwe katyo. Kale ekizimbe bwe kityo. Buli omwazimbe ekizimbe bwe kityo. Ye yagale. This building looks really nice. Looks really nice. Network. It's important for you guys to know how compatible you are with your partner if you were to have very healthy babies, yeah? You know, some people have babies that are sickly simply because they are not compatible and they did not know about it. Love alone does not bring healthy babies. Some of us we are together and we have had healthy babies, but some kids that are born are allergic to almost everything. It's because abantu bamala ga coming together ne bazaala. I know people that have had kids with people they are related to, that they have had a kid with someone that is genetically their brother or their sister. And that normally doesn't end well. There is a reason why in India, that's something I've had. In India, they have a lot of deformed babies. Whenever that happens, you have babies and stuff like that. So it's important that we take some tests to see how compatible we are, how healthy we are. Are we planning to have kids with a healthy partner? It's important that we do some of those tests that help us make the right decision. Henry Modern, just good morning. George Bob, Peter Mangini, Petero, good morning. Enkuba etonye naye munayenze wange matugamvuddeyo nga teri enkuba, and enkuba ntandise ogiraba nga ndi ku almost towards Busega. Where is this jam coming from? Olaba eri maaso wakalu terina mmotoka. Oh, I forgot about this. Munange mugenda laba construction site awo maaso. I saw it yesterday evening. Why am I forgetting? Why did I forget today? Yeah, by mukora wali mwala maaso. So they I'm too forgetful. Set your com Norman, good morning. Guys, 30th August Love for Cars Convention. Yes. Tugenda kubeera no muchomo. Tugenda kusasulira muchomo. Omuchomo kugenda kubeera oguli kwezo sente zo emitwalo 5. Tugenda kubeera no muchomo n'ebyokunya biri kwezo sente zo. So you guys mujje tunyumirwe. It's a day for us to come together, converse, chat, and meet with other car lovers, yeah? Tunyumyemu. It's not a day. I've seen some days that seem like, oh, who has a better car or who has the most powerful car and stuff like that. That day for us is not for us to show who has the most powerful car, who has the most expensive car, blah blah blah. It's for us people. We love cars. Together meeting to have fun, to learn more, and of course to meet some service providers that we might need. Antonio mugenda kujja n'enkoko yamu. Ani yansubiza okutuwa embuzi? Nakate Christine. Ani yansubiza okutuwa embuzi? Someone promised us a God. And who has ani alunde embuzi one? We might have to buy from you gods. Yes. Ani alunde embuzi. Someone promised us embuzi. Someone promised us embuzi. Tugenda beera n'emichomo guys. Kusendeza zo nnyini kwekuli ebyokulya n'ebyokunywa. So I don't want you to even worry until we know kujja ate ne sente zigula lunch. Nedda. Lunch yo egenda beera kweje emitwalo gyo 5 because it's a way for us to reconnect, yeah? So 30th August, you mark the date. It's going to be a Saturday. The people that are employed find a way of asking for an off. Baganda bangi. Mbirowoozamu wano nsigale mu kano kajjamu tekajja kutambula. Neerabidde. Good morning, Starch. Mr. President, bakulisizaayo. Kawenja Emma. Uganda eri wano. Eliawo tetegerekeka munange there is a UPDF Act UPDF Act amendment bill. Munange they are going to amend it. Some of the things that are happening in our country, they make me want to go. Like why would a sane person allow like that random guy that is walking on the road nti bamukwata ne bamutebereza okubanga ayekera bamutwala mu court martial? You get, for me I find that that's insane. That's something that we should not be allowing to happen in our country. Right? But apparently members of parliament received money and they are going to pass that bill. They are going to pass it. Wetuli omanyi money is the root cause of all evil. You know what they mean. Checho. What tax we exactly is achieved. Ante mulinda biwamu awo. Ajeko kijjati. Achiteleze kati enkube ekube customer. Bano abantu abakola line ey'okubiri bano be baleeta jam ne yeeyongerera ddala bwe baayitutadde tugendere wamu. Nga line ey'okubiri kati n'eri side nayo bakoze ey'okusatu. This kind of indiscipline, and you know, surprisingly, traffic officers are never in places like this. Ati babeerawo. Mbula n'okukyuka nzire yeeri. Banga wano tetugenda kutambula wano. Batadde ne maama kati bano abantu abakoze line zino endala ebbiri bagenda tuyingiramu. Katugende so that you see what is happening there. I don't know why these guys chose to work on all roads at the same time, yeah? Engudu zonna basazeewo zikolako at the same time. So guys, what tests do you think, Gwengagwe, from your exposure, what tests do you think couples, like people that are dating, should take before they start having children? Because children are going to be your offsprings. In the end, but also the issue of you being in a long-term partnership with someone that is healthy. Or in a partnership with someone that is not healthy. We are going to be in a partnership with someone that is actually healthy. Ojja kuba bulungi starch, ojja kuba bulungi, ojja kuba steady nnyo. Mwe bagayi. Fa beno balinga be batata. Ziri ezeri nziraba zitambula. Naye eno balinga be batata. Kangumiikiriza tugende tumaleko naye bwe ndaba abadde mukola line ey'okubiranga engenda aga Katonda mu buno obugumiikiriza bwina bwe butuuka nga tebukuyamba ng'omuntu. Obufuula omuntu mulamu naye obuntu bulamu tebuyamba. Eno balinga ffe be batata. Guys, what tests? Let me just list a few tests that I know that people should be taking. Of course, the first one is HIV. But of course, by the time people are going to test these things, they have already eaten things. So by that time, they are probably just confirming, are we discordant couples? Because people have already had things. I would also recommend that you guys do hepatitis tests. What are hepatitis B, C, and A? Yeah, and then there are vaccines for those as well. And then it's important that you guys also know what your blood group is. It's important that you know what your blood group is. From what I've learned, it's as if certain blood groups don't work properly with other blood groups. Yeah, now that's something that we'll ask Dr. Jonathan the next time we have him on interview. Aganda bange obugumiikiriza nnyina naye kiganye olwaleero kiganye. Kiganye kanzireyo awantu awo tujja kumalawo essaawa. Ndaba eri waliyo obuvuyo, tewali wa traffic akontrolinga gundi eyo. Katuddeyo kiganye n'abazibubi. I calculated poorly. ate muna waliwo bana abakola line ey'okubiri awo. Ate ole mukadde ayere ku buto oyinza kugenda oba opapya. Bano beetereze. Mukadde mpitaako. Kanzirezo yo jamu sijja kumusobola. Jamu yanywa amafuta mwe you people. Teri kintu kinywa amafuta Kampala wano nga jamu. Naye mulaba gye tuvudde tugumiikiriza ngezezzaako okugumiikiriza. Naye kanzireyo. Why did I forget that? Jawantu abo bali mu kukola ki? And all these people don't know. Oba bonna beerabidde nga nze. So anyway, guys, sickle cell is a very important test. But it's something that I would recommend for someone to do. And of course, when the doctors will tell you the implication of doing a sickle cell test. Some of you guys are carriers. Sickle cell doesn't affect you, but it can affect the kids you have. Yeah. It's important that I think that sickle cell is the most important test. Like a sickle cell child can make you suffer, whether you like it or not. A sickle cell child can. And of course, there are people that have survived with sickle cell, never surviving for a very long time, but you don't want to be a person, you don't want to be a parent that brings into this world a sickle cell child. Yeah, you don't want to bring a child that's going to suffer for majority of their time. You don't want. So sickle cell, I find that it's important for us to talk about it. It's a conversation that people should have. Okaka santi mugenda zala abana abali healthy. And of course sometimes a person will come out and say, but Arthur, like I've had a conversation with a woman that said, Neka katinze bawange yazala ko abana abali healthy. Anti gwainzo batali compatible nawe. That's also something. Kati abantu betwalise bono bagenze da katuyite eno erisiddayo simanyi lwaki neerabidde. Were Martin, good morning. Nathan 256, morning. Kale ne wano tewatambula naye wano ati tewaliyo future. But me, I'm wondering, I'm asking myself, why these guys don't like do the construction at night, and then so that during the day they let us move. Nemwe simane eno bali mu kuzimba neno no bayinza okuba bali mu kuzimba kubo nga tetumanyi. There is nothing as humbling as seeing a guy that is driving a car that is worth 200 million nga ali mu line zizo Land Cruiser na kalaba bbiri kati waliwo ne kino ki cross country nakyo kiri mu line. Kyenjagala ku bantu ba Land Cruiser bano tebalina kamiro okuba kubi ngombe ng'oyingira anti eri maaso waliyo kifuso mukirabye. That fuso full body checkup including blood group for both partners. Julia Sengoba, thank you very much. So everyone to get into a long-term relationship, you should do a full body checkup. Albinism is also scary. Chris, albinism, Babi Kevera. How do you check if you people come together, you'll have an albino? How do you check? Full general body checkup. Other than that, no business. If it's commitment, but if we are just eating and we test together 3 times different hospitals. Good morning, Ogengo, Deacons, Travel Life Vlog, Ben Kako, Kansvide Masuse Bulungi. Menze lero sigenda kudduka kati okujja kunasanze ekisaawe kikalu. Nebwe nsanga obukuba bukyafuuyirira buti tuso obutadduka. I regret not testing for sickle cells, Banag. I and my wife tested after marriage, after mom telling me before she died. But our results came out, and me and my wife are both carriers of sickle cells. And thank you, Nathan, for sharing. But when you tested, something I've heard is that when two carriers have a child, the child will be a sickler. And I am sure that you don't want to have a sickler. We saw those kids. And you know the funny thing is, most of the sickle cell kids we saw in school, I saw one in primary, I saw one in secondary. They were all very sharp kids in class. Class almost in the top 10. They be sick all the time. So that's something. Albinism, sickle cell, nsimbu. Ensimbu. Bagita batya mu luzungu. Ensimbu bagita batya mu luzungu. Ensimbu bagita batya mu luzungu. Omanyi you be there ng'ekintu wali okiwuddeko nga bakyogera falling. Me, I think we should also check fertility, because wasting money on women that are not stable to have kids. Wasting money. You get the cheap in your travel life vlog. Wasting money. Kati watya gwa atali fertile. Ng'okola otya olwo. Because it's possible that it's you who is not fertile. And guys, then there's another thing that I would like to ask. Ensimbu is epilepsy. Yes, akagambo mbadde nkamanyi epilepsy. Epilepsy. Falling, epilepsy. Guys, there's something I want to ask. Jagala Chibuza Travel Life Vlog. Guys, let me ask you, if you have a partner, and so Emoroka jitwaguze bagenda jitekako box body, almost like that. Better than that, but almost like that. It's going to cost us about 10 extra million. I'm sure you guys saw in the report that the car will need 10 extra million to make it what we want it to be. It's going to be 10 extra million. So guys, Nathan, Travel Life Vlog, I want to ask you, if you got into a fulfilling relationship and you're happy and your partner makes you happy, but your partner cannot have children, does that make the relationship bad? Do all relationships have to end with children? That's something I've not understood. And if a relationship doesn't end in children, is it not fulfilling at all? It's something I have to learn. China kugwa na kuzala bana. And do we all think that couples that don't have children are not happy? They are not fulfilled? Nchije ku statement ya Travel Life Vlog okugamba nti wasting money on women. Travel Life Vlog is right. If you get married with the intention of having children, if you fail with your partner, that is a waste of your time and money. Okay? Obufumbo ye mwana. It's always better to know early. Okay. So a relationship that has no children is technically not fruitful, right? And then I'll ask another question. And there are people that have been there and I've seen people that judge people like that. Like John Cena does not want children. He doesn't have children, and he has his reasons for not having children. Yeah, and a bunch of other people. But John Cena is a case in point. Does that make him an irresponsible person because he doesn't want to have children? Couples without children can be happy if it was intentional and both partners consented to live like that. It's Top Channel 1-on-1. It's like saying when buying a car, if the car gearbox is not the best condition, should you take it or not? Can't you work on it, or it's not worth it? That's different, Chris Fitness. You know that's different. A car needs to move. A car needs to move. And the gearbox is one of the parts that make the car move. The one thing that we need to, where we don't need to compare a car with a person is this. If you got a partner and they cannot have children, but they make you happy in all the other ways, they are a car, then you can only compare them to a car that is moving perfectly. You get? Why am I saying that? Because we have had couples that had children and all the children died. And they end up with no children. You get? Unless you're telling me that having children itself is like the end. You get? But, and God forbid that should never happen to anyone. But we have seen that happen. Yeah? We have seen that happen. Comparing a person to a car might not actually be a very, 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 very good thing, because a car gearbox can be bought and replaced, and in the end, at the end of it all, the reason why we buy cars is to move, and the car will move. You can make it work. But I find that for me, one reason I'm in a relationship is for my happiness, and for me, my happiness doesn't include having children. I know that someone can be totally happy without children, and I know that people can be very sad with children. Yes, I've seen people that are very sad with children because the child is their responsibility. Guys, does having children mean that you are entirely happy? You are the happiest person ever? Or you can actually be very happy without children? Me, I find that I did not, because I've not done Kwanjura. I will do the Kwanjura very soon. But I kuchala before we had our children. And one reason I went to Kuchala, to Mama Aban's home, was because she makes me happy. She's like the half that I did not have. You get? She's the half that I did not have. And I find that even before the children came in, we were okay. And there was no day that I was with her and I felt, oh, I think actually after Kuchala, abantu abakulu ne batandika okusaba abaana. You know how abantu abakulu kusaidizo ne batandika okugamba athobera mu kwebaka. Okitegeera ne saidi yaabwe ne batandika why kyekigenda maaso. You get, because for me, I did not at any one moment marry her for children. So I don't know. Is there anyone that believes like me that, you know what, one reason people should actually get married is for happiness and not for children? Because I've seen people that are actually miserable because they had children. I've seen them. And that's the majority. Because society actually believes people should be having kids. Thanks God we do not have any children. We are planning to separate, but my wife is saying we can try maybe, but I refuse that also. She doesn't want IVF. Good guy, Nathan, don't risk having a sickler. You guys can adopt. But that must be painful because you two people seem to be really happy from what you're saying. And yeah. So guys, before you commit, go test. For the guys that are still dating, go test before things become serious. After honestly, I was in a relationship with a woman for over 5 years. Then her mother asked if the daughter would not give birth. That's when I got to know she was not honest with me. Okay, what happened, Travel Life Vlog? Tell me. I know someone who regrets having a child. So it is possible some people don't want children, though want a partner. Everyone, I think everyone wants a partner. Everyone wants someone that can sit there and listen to your conversation, someone that understands you, yeah, someone that can go through the tough times with you. Children don't go through tough times with you. I can tell you. Children don't go through tough times with you. I'll give you an example. What actually happens? After this, I'll give you an example. There are places Mama Aban can go because Mama Aban is not really attached to the car. So when we were just still dating, I would drive her and drop her to places, and then she'll take care of herself with a taxi. My kids can't. I have to drop them everywhere if I want them to be safe. Tebabitegeera. Okitegeera, they are innocent. They have no idea what to do. So kids are a responsibility. But your partner is as responsible for you as you are responsible for them. Oh, you guys remember in primary when they used to say, join the sentence using as. Awo abana bayite bamanyi luzungu ne batandika okwe nenze ngaka as nkamanyi. That wish is going as fast as this Arthur's car is going. Okay, is going kabadde teka necessary. You get the point. Mukawulidde mpasi nkogeredde mu statement omanyi ngena nenyumirwa nange nenvaako naye ng'odde oluzungu, that border hits the humps as hard as the other border. Some of you guys on this channel also did not know English in primary school. Some of you guys have learned English on this channel. Even some of you guys could not even do as. You guys, we got a maid. The maid we have. You remember the maid that came in the first time when Ngari pregnant? You remember Antonio Yangamba? You take her for a pregnancy test and she was pregnant. Sadly, she lost her baby when she went back to the village. Architect. So anyway, guys, good morning, Ronald M. Cassandra VIP. Some people think that a relationship to be true and serious, you have to have children. Okay, but you know, if someone can actually have children with you, tali serious now. Ochimani, someone can have children with you for the sake of having children. As a matter of fact, someone can get married with you for the sake of getting married. You get, Nenga, they are unhappy. I would rather be with a happy woman with no children than an unhappy woman with children. Kari, conversation no yavude ku tests. Mwebagai, mutubuli tests, mutuzayina okutekinga. Of course, now sickle cells is a very important. Tugambi albinism, ne epilepsy, and simbu. I found myself at crossroads, even had to cancel my vacation for this year. Imagine our wedding was last year. Now we have to separate. Sorry about that. Nathan, really sorry about that. I don't think you consciously planned not to have children with your wife, Arthur. You knew it would happen, but we are not forcing it. But if you had not had, you never know how the situation would be. Well, David, for me, I think it's partly different. I found a good girl and we were happy together. We never talked about it. We never really talked about it. And she wanted kids. I think most women, all women want kids, yeah? And personally, I don't think I wanted to have children. Why? Not because children are not good, but I find that I find the world to be a very cruel place. And deep down in me, I believed that this world was not a place for children. Yeah. Actually, after knowing that Parliament is going to pass the UPDF, the amendment bill, they are going to amend the UPDF Act. It's sad. It's sad. We are almost going to become like North Korea. But North Korea. So when the UPDF Act gets amended, we are going to be a North Korea of sorts. You know how they have been arresting people fanane mundu abana bazanyisa ebitebyo kati omuntu omukulu bakusanga n'HHT badembo kutwala mu court martial with whatever case they will come against you. So I find that that's really sad. Something in me actually wants to relocate my kids. That's just something in me. I think kids deserve to be raised in a fair world. Yeah. We all know the intention of the amendment of the act. We know the intention. It's sad that people don't think about the future generations. And you know the funny thing is, amateka gebayisa nabo gagenda tukagabakwate. It's like you having a fight with your neighbors, not knowing that one time your neighbor might be in position to help your kids. We're having that conversation with my neighbors, and the time when we had a power row and we were talking about these things, and we were saying, "Good guy, you can get to a point where you need your neighbor. So ebintu bino tubimale amicably ngeri ennungi, because tomanya neighbor uchichayinza kukutaasa, and it's entirely true. So it's the same thing with the amendment bill. Omuntu esawa eno bw'abeera in power abatalaba teeka bwerinza mu affectinga, but when you're out of power, that's when you know. Kati abatali in power, we know the implication. Abali in proximity to power tibamanyi what that implies, yeah. But anyway, it's sad that that's going to happen, and we know that's going to happen. Religious leaders nowadays are asking us to advise couples not only get marriage counseling. Why is this happening? Sorry, David Jack, I mistakenly hid one of your comments, but I'm going to read it out for people to hear it. I wanted to read the entire comment, blocking it, and I mistakenly hid it. So David Jack has said religious leaders nowadays are asked to advise couples not only get marriage counseling before marriage, but also blood tests. It saves so much headache. Yeah, very, very true. Oluzungu lukekereze obudde bukyali bwa kumacha luyinza obutakumazaako lunaku famous fouls. Oluzungu oluwulidde otandise okutyamu oluzungu kosa bulungi nnyo. Arthur, you and English muli parallel. Katakagabo parallel kitegeeza bya opposites oba tutambulira wamu. Nze nyina obugambo bwe saategeera nnyo bwali bwa math. But Mr. Arthur, here they do medical checkup every contract you sign. But believe me, they check everything. So my issue is ulcers, but now they have genuinely put me under good medication. A child in marriage is not everything, but it's a spice in marriage that you feel after with your children and your wife. A boy child is continuation of your generation. I have different thoughts on generation continuation. I have the different thoughts on that, but that's a conversation for another day. Probably we'll talk about that later. I have I'm not married, so I guess I'll just sit and listen. Francis NBA, good morning. Guys, we are talking about tests that should be done. Atengo rede ndireti kanda besawa zilimeka. Oh, ngandireti. Nenye no okuduka nange tuli tuti. Nienda kuduka. Hopefully I can be a little bit faster. I have like 4 meetings today. Ronald Muchwa, what are you talking? Just correct me. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm also a human being. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. English and me, we are not born together. We were not born together, so I don't know. I was just asking myself, parallel categories. Together more positive, but tuli tuti. Chamba denze no luzungu twayawula. Neko luzungu lwenjogera goyinzo kama nti twayawula. Njogera luzungu luli class. Ha. Abai. Kajamu ko kusawo ya Queen ke kanji obanze ndabo obubi. Nenga ate from what I've seen downtown wantangulira nyo senga mpita kusawa ya Queen bwenti bwe mpita downtown ntoka mangu wendaga nenyino okudduka okusinzira ku kyendabye nyino okudduka era nyizo basi bulango budde bukyali nsobola okuvugamu ebyekiralu ebyekiralu toyinza bivugira ku camera. There is evidence, and the evidence can be used against you at any time. Tugende sawa ya Queen wajja kutambula terina motoka. Ahachikaworeke agambye when you're doing tests mukole HIV, hemoglobin F, electrophoresis, echecho for sickle cell. Wali gambye bugambi sickle cell test. Katugwe ebigambe binene byoleta. Chikawa. What are you trying to do? HIV and hemoglobin. kale and sickle cell tests. Tulikate kuwanvu ya nyombeera. Kale, let me concentrate a little here. Tugende downtown sobole okudduka olunaku olwaleero. Batukutte. The government is tolerating all this indiscipline. Aba boda bavuga wanuwe barabe. Uganda okulakulana. Ekifo ky'okuleeta amateeka agatuyambako okulakulana ng'ensi. But anyway, I don't feel good about the bill. Naye nga nkimanyi kigenda kuyita. Kigenda kuyita. Some of those things bye bindowooza oba. Anyway, starch nzijaayo eyo saagala kubeera yeye wantu wandeeta ennaku. Ye wantu ewandeeta ennaku ku mutima. Katwogere ku birala. Most important tests before thinking of giving birth: HIV, blood group, and genetic diseases. Thank you very much, Nathan. So, guys, kambanyumize story ya Lorry eggulo. So yesterday we headed out to buy a lorry. We intended to buy a box body. Okay, we intended to buy a box body, a complete box body, and the one box body that we saw that was really good, yabade ya million chikumi. Guy yabade ajiremede million chikumi, and of course the gentleman that called me for inspection had already gone to see lorries before he called me. So, but he hadn't checked, he had just seen them. So we went, and majority of the lorries we saw, the engines were dead. So the guys that are buying diesel cars, like 90% of diesel cars in the bonds have bad engines. Now, if you buy a diesel car and you're going to be driving yourself kuchalo, ngovuga private work, osoro jivuga nevuga yemyaka ebiri nga engine tenafa. But if you're going to be buying a commercial vehicle, a vehicle to do commercial work like diesel, 90% of those vehicles actually have bad engines. That's the same thing that happened with the lorries yesterday. Guys, the engines were bad. I tell you what, a Morocco again to commercial work with a bad engine, it's bad. So now the question is going to be, you people that were looking for a box body, how did you end up buying a car carrier? Because the car we bought is actually a car carrier, yeah? So how did we end up buying a car carrier? Because we are out of options of all box bodies. And the only option was the Morocco ya million chikumi, or we buy then the other option would have been for us to buy a car that's not a box body, that is a Karabaya. That's a car, a truck with a tray, yeah? Or and the truck with the tray, nazo ezisinganga, either they are bad, the frame is bad, the tray is bad, the headaches is bad, all the engine is bad. So then the idea came, why don't we just buy a car that has a frame? And then that's how the idea of buying a car, because our intention was not to buy a car carrier, but our intention was then to buy a car that had a frame. How did we settle on this car? Now, the car carrier is car carriers don't do a lot of work, yeah? Zitambula nezisigala ku stage. So which makes it gives us a higher chance of getting a car with a very good engine. So we saw another car that had a very good engine. Naye nga tetuuka car carrier eno gitwaguze bulungi. Okitegeera. So that's how we end up buying that car carrier. Now, box bodies were also priced at around 80 million shillings, 85. But why did we not buy the box bodies? Because zabadde engine info. And you know, it doesn't help for you to buy a car that that has a box body, or saving box. Gena jivuga for like 6 months, and then you have to repair the engine. And you know, the repaired engines normally work for like 2 years, maximum 3 years, and then you have to overhaul again. It's better for you to buy a car that has an engine that is originally good, okay, other than buying a car where you know that in 6 months I'm going to be overhauling an engine. So that's how we end up with that car. And so what we did, we bought it at 78 million shillings. And we are going to pay 42 million shillings first payment. And then it will go into the box building. And then they will build the box on top of the frame. And then we'll put new tires, we'll raise it a little bit, and then it will go and start working. It will be working in distribution. The gentleman that bought that car works in distribution, the distribution of products, yeah? And yeah, so that's what is going to happen. And that's how we bought it. And then the debate came as we went there. Should we buy a car, Japan used vehicle, or we go network? But David Deco, Wabuyi Nelson, Joshua Eden Farm, Julia Sengoba, Basie Chris, Peter Mangendi Petero, George Bob, Henry Modern Juice, Chitore Konkumaze, Nakate Christine, Kawenja Emma, Starch Events, Omeja Moses, Nathan 256, Were Martin, and Angego, Dickens, Ben Kako, Starch Nkumaze, Simamaze, David Jack to Musime, Muyombia Mark, Julia Sengoba, top channel one-on-one Neyanzize Chitwalo Muganda wange. Yusuf Minaj, Ronald M. Kasendwa VIP, Travel Live Vlog, Keith, Francis NBA Chambade Huntington, Chairman Zach, Chika Wariki, Ronald Muchwa, Jamali Kisache, Martin Arthur and Steve, Harrison Mohindo. How do I know my engine was overhauled? You can see the physical indicator would be silicone. If it was done very well, cleaned very well, you might never know. But the most physical way to check is silicone, and sometimes the cleaning. But if it was done very well, you might never know. Because this silicone yali awo ku cylinder head awo ye mwangu okulabirako ennyo. Neno wanse eno naye ate ebiseera ebisinga someone can remove a cylinder head nga gasket yakubye. Someone can remove eno wansi nga ali mu kwoza mu katimba. So sometimes it's the most physical way to see. Bwe bagikola obulungi toyinza kumanya, because even the Japanese cars sometimes bazireta baz overhauling, but you cannot know. Tonkonko na mzee indeka parking up. Mane guys, Kamba Sibole, thank you very much for choosing to be part of For the Love of Cars. Mukama abampeero omukisa. Yeah, sagala take bajja kunsibirayo. Njagala kuteeka wano. Mukama abampeero omukisa. May the good Lord bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning mu Random Car Talk Thursday. Abantu mbagambe ngenda baweereza flyer very soon, mutandika okugisharinga abantu bajje For the Love of Cars convention. May the good Lord bless you. Ciao.